Welcome to Lessons with Wesley. If this found you, it was meant to. Take a moment to pause, reflect, and breathe. You're entering a sacred space of tarot, of oracle, meditations, ogham, and soul-centered wisdom. There are no coincidences here, only invitations. Lessons with Wesley.
A spark of Brigid's flame beginning to stir under the snow. The ancients are listening. Let's keep weaving their stories. All right, everyone. Welcome to Wintering with the Ancients. This is part 2 of 5, titled Brigid's Sacred Fire, the Inner Flame Awakens. You listeners are in the, and I love this phrase, the womb of winter, but something is beginning to stir. The ancients gathered around the hearth for a reason, not to escape the dark, but to dream in it. Brigid's sacred fire is within you. The sun god awakens and birch clears the pathway for it to grow. I love a river birch. And if you haven't guessed, that is the ogham stick that came up in this reading. So, first off, y'all, the card pull was amazing. And the ogham stick was just amazing and spot on for today's topic, which is about honoring Brigid's sacred fire as the winter solstice nears. So I'm going to talk about a few ways that we could honor Brigid's sacred fire, and you'll hear from the card pull, and after you set your intentions, talking about that, what inner fire is starting to burn or kindle within us. So we're going to be talking about honoring Brigid's fire coming up. I wanted to talk about this topic before the actual winter solstice, which occurs around the 20th to 21st. So in case you wanted to get ready for that winter solstice preparation time. So this is going to be a great, wonderful, beautiful act of spiritual preparation. How can I prepare myself to be a bridge between this dark time of winter and this growing light that Brigid heralds? But before we get into it, just wanted to chit chat and see how y'all are doing. Oh, the Christmas decor is up, y'all. It is up, up, up. Got it all done. Took about 3 days, but not 3 days full. Nathan and I could have knocked it out if we had a whole dang day, but anyway, it's done. All my elves are up. My elves were the first thing I put up last week. I have 12. Well, 12 if you count the one that I made when I was a paraprofessional here in St. Tammany before I was a teacher. I made it working in a class with students. His name is Cuddles. Let's see, I have 12. Let me see if I can go through. I'm picturing them in my head the way I have them laid out around the house. So on the banister, I have Schnapps, because he looks like a peppermint, because, I love me some fresh out of the freezer peppermint schnapps. And then I have Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. Those are my 3 little pixie elves, which I got from the Vermont Country Store. Not sponsored. But I named them I love Andy Griffith, y'all. One of my favorite shows is Andy Griffith. And so it was the episode where Opie, it's titled Opie the Birdman. Opie had a slingshot and he killed the mama bird. And oh boy, Andy opened that door and said, "You listen to them birds that are calling for their mama that's never going to return. Are you going to whoop me, Paul? No, you just listen to that for a while and dwell on it." It's like, couldn't you just spank me, please, and close the damn window? So anyway, Opie raised those 3 birds and called them Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. Great episode. Let's see. Then I have Oramus, my tall, 1.5 to 2 foot elves that I got from Hobby Lobby. Oh, people call them the weird looking elves or the, they are wonderful. I do not hear their pitter patter of feet at 3 in the morning. No, I do not. But Oramus And then I have sherbet, because I love raspberry sherbet growing up. I used to eat it all the time at Granny and Aunt Teresa's. So he's kind of a raspberry color. Sherbet. Then I have Goldie. And then I have mistletoe. And then I already mentioned cuddles. And then, let's see, I have elderberry, another big elf. And I have major. So I think I got them all in. But anyway, so the Christmas decor is up. Love it. So do y'all have a Christmas tradition that you would like to share? I would love for you to share it. You could email me at lessonswithwesley@gmail.com. So if y'all have any favorite Christmas traditions you'd like to talk about or share, I'd love to read some listener stories on the show. Like a favorite ornament. I remember I used to have a favorite ornament when I was growing up out of a McDonald's Happy Meal. It was Gus Gus from Cinderella, the little fat mouse. It was an ornament. I used to hang it on the tree every year, and I would also sometimes take it off the tree and sleep with it. Well, one year I must have either lost it or got lost in the tree or didn't get taken off and got thrown away. But I had a sweet student brought me a little pin topper. It's a koala bear pin topper. A few kids have those. Must be something they sell at book fairs. And she said, "Here, Mr. Ginn, this is to replace Gus Gus." And I still have that pencil topper today, sitting right on top of a gnome on my desk. So if y'all got something you want to share, I would love to share that. All right, we got 2 weeks of school, people. Well, at least here where I live, we have 2 weeks of school and we will be off. Okay, so here we go. Brigid. Who is Brigid? Well, Brigid represents purity, fertility, healing, creativity. Her energy begins to stir in the deep dark of midwinter. So that ties in perfectly with that purification of birch, that inner light, that inner flame starting to burn. Whispers of rebirth, inspiration, sacred flame. So to honor her fire during the solstice is to, quote, tend the ember that will become the rising sun. She's mainly associated with Imbolc, spelt Imbolc. Imbolc is an ancient Gaelic festival celebrated on or around February 1st that marks the beginning of spring, and it's the halfway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So honoring Brigid's sacred fire symbolizes like the first stirrings of life after winter, and it's definitely deeply connected to this goddess named Brigid. As I just said, she's a Celtic goddess, actually what they call a triple goddess of poetry, healing, smithcraft, inspiration. A lot of times she's used as a muse for poets, artists, seers. She symbolizes rebirth, which is perfect for the card that was drawn, number 57, the sun god, which about a rebirth, a purification. I mean, it's just spot on, because I already had this title set up, and I mentioned it last week that I want to talk about Brigid and a few different Celtic and Norse traditions that we do today. So she's a fertility goddess. So she heralds the end of winter's grip and the return of life. She stands between the old and the new. So definitely pretty powerful person to call on or speak to or dwell on during this time of the winter solstice. Let's see. So speaking of the winter solstice, that moment of spark after that longest night of winter, well, the next one's not going to be quite as long. So that little bitty fire inside starts to burn beneath the ice of winter. If solstice is the deepest night, then Brigid, her first flicker of light. So to honor her is to tend that inner flame. And that card pull, y'all, I mean, it's amazing. That card pull from the Celtic Oracle deck symbolizes, and like I said, that's the same one I was going to be using throughout this 5 this 5-part episode, speaks about that inner flame and that promise within yourself. What's this light that's starting to burn that I'm going to carry through this winter? So we've got some different ways that we could honor Brigid. Number 1, light a candle at sunrise or sunset. Dedicate a single white or gold candle to Brigid. If you have those of you that might have a certain place that you meditate or just find some silence in, or an altar or a windowsill, just place it on that and say, as the sun returns, I tend the flame within. Brigid, keeper of the fire, bless this light and the path ahead. Number 2, create a Brigid's heart space. Set aside a corner somewhere with symbols of Brigid. Let's see, you could, if you had some rosemary maybe, some basil, or some lavender, maybe some type of iron tool. You could place that on a white cloth, and that would just be like just a space where we would honor Brigid and the light that she starts to bring, after the solstice and during this dark time. There might be a Brigid's cross that you could do or draw a picture. Maybe I could post that on Facebook or something like that. Journaling. Journaling would be a great way to honor her fire. Some topics could be, what part of me needs rekindling? What is the fire I vow to carry in the dark? Or what creative spark is flickering just beneath the surface? And y'all, that journal prompt just that fire she brings just ties in perfectly with the card that was pulled, talking about the inner fire. But we'll get there. We'll talk about it. We'll set our intentions and ground ourselves. But don't rush me now. I'm just talking about some ways we can honor Brigid. Number 4, offer her song, sound, or a poem. Sing or chant to her. If you've got any just musical instruments, your voice, just do some ohms. Offer a poem, write a poem. Make the topic be about like the gift of breath and life and flame and purification, rebirth. Number 5, it says you could tend to your inner flame. Those of you that call out to angels or God or Jesus or a past loved one that you look up to or reach out to, some higher guides, whether it's a Pleiadian guide, Andromedan guide, or your higher self, whatever you want to reach out to and just call that person in. Just sit into the darkness. Visualize that small flame in your in your lower chakras, your sacral chakra area, just burning down there. What is this fire starting to burn? What am I burning away? Because she symbolizes y'all burning away the old and starting the new. Or it might not be a fire that's burning away. It might be a fire that's something new is starting. So what do you wish to nurture? What do you wish to see be ablaze within you? Some new creativity? Is it courage you need to be burning through you? Some new passion? Do we need to show compassion? Or is there this burning of love during this time, reaching out to our neighbors, our loved ones? Man, is it someone that we need to, I have this burning desire to call this person. I thought about them twice, or I had this weird coinkydink that happened and it made me think of them, or I had a dream. I can't get rid of this little fire, this spark. I need to do something. I don't know, y'all. But here's something fun I put into ChatGPT. It says this could be a spoken blessing that I could share to the listeners. So as you're doing that, and maybe during your next meditation or something, you might want to say this blessing. Brigid of the hearth, flame in the night, kindler of hope, guide us to light. With your fire in my bones and your warmth in my hands, I rise from the dark, and I walk as I am. I love that last part, y'all. I love it. Walk as I am. Y'all, I'm 45 years old. I don't want to get into it too much, but walk as I am. I think I scare some people sometimes, y'all. Now, I'm not some big threatening guy. I'm about almost 6 foot, I guess 5'11", skinny build, broad shoulders. But what do I mean? I think I scared someone because I walk as I am. I used to hide myself, hide my gayness, hide my creativity. I just jump and dance and make noises and sing and vocalize randomly. I just think sometimes they're like, Mr. Ginn's a grown man. Why's he act like that? Is he immature? No, I'm not immature. I just love myself, y'all. I love myself. I love myself, and I will walk as I am. And maybe that's why, maybe that's why the students relate to me so well. Because I'm not fake in front of them. I mean, I'm not. I'm not a fake person in front of the students. I am what you see. This is Mr. Ginn. But maybe so. I mean, I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm a Ginn. I'm close to perfect. No, that was for you, Nathan. I was just picking. But anyway, okay. So, folks, what's the fire stirring? And you get ready, y'all. We are about to ground ourselves. Are you ready? What fire is stirring in your soul? What within you is kindling? Not with urgency, but with sacred intention. Brigid's flame isn't just about light. It's about transformation, inspiration, and the first breath of the new year stirring in the darkness. These messages that we are receiving, y'all, this is the perfect moment, listeners, to start tending that inner spark. So here we go, folks. Let's ground ourselves. If you've got a rock, a stone, a crystal, grab it. If you're not barefoot and you're in an area where you can be barefoot, go ahead and take those shoes off. Take those socks off. If you're near a tree and you can grab it, a bush or something, grab it, smell it, grab the leaves, let it brush across your face, and just breathe in for 4. Hold. And just breathe it out. So, folks, as you're breathing a few more times, be asking yourself, what is this inner fire within me? What inner fire is starting to kindle, is starting to burn? What new desire, intention, what is this skill? What do I want to unlock? What is starting to burn in my belly and my sacral chakra from my root all the way up to the crown? Just let that burst through. It's coming out, folks. What is it? What needs to burn away? I'm going to close the book on this and open the door for something new. Something new is about to begin in my life during this winter solstice. Things may seem dark, but Brigid's fire, sacred fire, is starting to burn away that darkness. Woo! Are you tingling? I am. All right. So, the oracle card I got from the Celtic Oracle deck is Oracle card number 57, the Sun God, which talks about an inner fire and like the sun rising and setting, this balance. Maybe I need to find a balance within. What is being ignited? What is the flame? So, listeners, whatever your intention was, whatever it was you were setting, or whatever it is you need to work on, don't doubt yourself. You are powerful, listeners. You are powerful. This flame that you're feeling is valid. It is beautiful, and it is essential to your life where you are right now. Brigid, she's not the only one who tends a sacred flame. You do too. So, is there a period of darkness you might be going through? Y'all, if there is, the sun's going to rise. There's going to be a balance. Is there some confidence or something that You need to trust in yourself. Don't doubt yourself, but trust in yourself that you have the confidence, this inner rising that's about to happen and occur. This finding a balance, like the sun rises and sets, the yin, the yang, the positive, the negative. What balance do I need to find? Will versus wisdom, passion, patience, happiness, anger. Brigid, may you bring the spark. Sun God, thank you for reminding us to live in it. Man, y'all, that was a perfect reading. That card pull was just spot on. And let's get to the Ogham, y'all. Let's get to the Ogham, which is birch. Birch stands for purification, beginnings, renewal, transition, and talk about tying in perfectly with the card pull, the sun god. I mean, my goodness, talking about finding a balance, this inner fire, stuff burning away, something beginning. I mean, it was just perfect. So birch is the gateway tree. It is often associated with Brigid, the Imbolc, a new life, a new stirring underground. It's a confirmation, listeners, that we are stepping into a new chapter of our lives, even if we don't know it yet. Some sacred meanings behind birch. The birch tree, Nathan and I have a couple of them, or a few of them. There's one of them that I love when I start to do my grounding walk through what we call our sanctuary. It's our side lot. I do love to grab that river birch and just ground myself and just feel that energy flowing. A birch sheds its bark as it grows, symbolizing that, once again, that get away with the old, start the new. And sometimes I'll ask the birch tree permission. I'll grab some of that bark. If I don't find a good piece on the ground, I'll grab some off of it. May I use this, and I'll use it in my meditations. On a full moon, I'll take some birch and I'll write an intention and I'll burn it as when I'm doing my meditation. So that's a great use of using some birch bark. It also symbolizes cleansing, clarity. It's a lot of times used in old rituals to sweep out, get rid of that old stagnant energy. In Druid practices, it was often used in different threshold rituals, finding a new path. I mean, geez, talk about just, finding a new path, getting rid of the old, finding something new. It's just Brigid, bringing in the old, finding something new, getting rid of the winter, letting in the light. It's just, So y'all, that fire that we're tending now, that fire later on, that is going to be the path that we are going to be walking later together. Y'all, I've enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all have enjoyed this episode. Part 2 of 5, Wintering with the Ancients. If you feel drawn or led to just find that inner flame and just focus on Brigid's sacred flame that she's bringing as we get to the darkest times of winter solstice, feel free to do so. And don't forget to send some emails about your favorite traditions or favorite Christmas ornaments or something that you have that you want to always used to hang up, you want to share. Don't forget to send that email to lessonswithwesley@gmail.com. And let's close with this. Brigid of the flame, I hear you in the silence. Spark of my soul, I feel you stir. Sun within, rise in me, not with haste, but with grace. Birch before me, sweep the path clear. Let what begins in darkness be born in light.